Biohazard warning. Entering contaminated zone. Transmissions jammed. Proximity coverage only. Backup activated. System rebooted.
What's going on, agents? Your man Sly here, and hope everyone's weekend is off to a kick-ass start. The Elite Task Force is right now at Massive pitching their ideas, and I am totally excited to see what they have come up with on Tuesday's stream during their special report. So keep an eye out for that, as it will be a nice glimpse as to what's to come in the world of the Division. I still have high hopes for this game, so let's see if they prove out to be true. Alright guys, it's Friday, September 9th, and this is your Division Weekly Weapon Restock Guide. As always, we're heading upstairs to check out the special equipment vendor and see what he has for us this week. And as you will soon see, the theme this week is full-on assault rifles. Alright guys, let's take a look. First up, we have everyone's favorite weapon, the Historian. This one is 672 Phoenix credits, so it's probably not that good. 143% headshot damage, decent damage roll, but we all know talents suck. This one isn't worth it. Next up, we have an Officer's M9A1 for about 500 Phoenix credits. Scored at 204 with 450 rounds per minute, 20 in the mag unmodded. Talents are Expert and Destructive. While not bad talent-wise, these just don't hit hard enough to be that effective. Of course, all sidearms aren't that effective. The harder hitting ones like the 1911 and the X45 are the ones that can actually help you out in the pinch. This bad boy just takes too many bullets to get the job done. This is a pass. Speaking of passing, that brings me to my next weapon, the Black Market M60 E6. 628 credits, also 204 with 22% damage out of cover, 500 rounds per minute with 100 in the mag unmodded. Talents are Unforgiving, Meticulous, and Prepared. By now, I'm sure everyone is probably on somewhat the same page. These just don't hit hard enough at a fast enough rate of fire to do the job. If you're going to go LMG, in my eyes, it's the LSW or the RPK. This is another pass, it's just not that good. Our 182 for the week is a 3-round burst, and those need some help, even though they hit pretty hard. I'm not even going to touch on it. Alright, next up, we're heading downstairs to the second equipment vendor, and let's hope he has something better than his counterpart, because the week is off to a rough start. Alright, y'all, let's pop in, and... okay, well, a weapon for 700 is a promising start at least, so... alright, first up, Historian. Better damage, same headshot damage, still not worth it unless you're just coming into the endgame and you need a sniper ASAP. Otherwise, this is a skip. Alright, next we have a favorite of mine, the beastly M870. 673 Phoenix credits, 225% stagger, 75 rounds per minute with 5 in the mag unmodded. Talents are Vicious, Trained, and Commanding. Yeah, a bit of a letdown. Damage is high, but on the low end for this type of weapon. Talents are also crusty, so I wouldn't grab it. Being this late into the game, most of us are probably already wielding a pretty damn good weapon. We're just looking for god rolls or something specific, so this is probably a pass for most of us out there. Okay, so moving on to the next one, we have an underrated tactical MK16 assault rifle. It's 714 credits, and that's usually a good sign. Anything over 700 credits means that it's probably pretty decent. 19% enemy armor damage, 625 rounds per minute with 30 in the mag unmodded. Talents are Provident, Brutal, and Unforgiving. This weapon has the makings of something decent here, guys. I wish the armor shred was above 20%, but still, you can add Destructive and jack it up, or you can go the usual routes and add a damage talent like Deadly, Fierce, whatever. Combined with Pulse, you're going to have yourself one beastly AR. It's nothing godly, but the Mark 16 is a good weapon. Alright, this next bit actually surprised me, guys. Last week I was talking about how I missed using the P416 assault rifle, and boom, here it is. A custom P416 G3 blueprint for only 550 credits. This is a solid AR. Damage seems to be about average compared to the rest, but shooting 750 rounds per minute that can throw a lot of bullets downrange. Craft until you have something beastly, and this will be a force to be reckoned with. I bought this immediately after I stopped recording, and I'm kind of excited to see what I can pull out of it. This and that Mark 16 look to be the buys of the week so far. Alright agents, 2 stops left, and let's head downstairs and check out the underground. Same weapons every week, but all we need is the right combination to make it happen. Okay, so first up we have a Paratrooper Sbd at 229. This is a rank 40 purchase. 938 Phoenix credits, 171% headshot damage, and that is pretty high, guys. I haven't seen that many vendor rolls in the high 160s, let alone the 170s, since a few updates ago. 260 rounds per minute, 10 in the mag unmodded. Talents are balanced, swift, and decisive. Personally, I love the Sbd. The stability and the accuracy make up for their damage. This has good bones, but again, the talents drag this thing down. You could go for brutal and have a decent weapon, but we're looking for great, not decent, especially since it's almost 1,000 credits. Okay, next on the list is the top dog G36, the enhanced variant. 723 Phoenix credits, and it's rank locked at 20. 21% enemy armor damage, 750 rounds per minute with 30 in the mag unmodded. Talents are meticulous, vicious, and focused. Personally, I really don't get why this thing is over 700. I mean, it's a decent AR, but far from good. You could reroll meticulous for the usual OP talents, and you would have a decent AR in your hands, but nothing spectacular. Vicious is an alright talent, but you're not at full health for as long as you might think. It's a great talent to run when you have overheal on or your first aid circle out, but that's about it. Adding the usual brutal, destructive, deadly, or fierce will help this thing out immensely. Use with pulse and the gun will be pretty good. Not great, but it would kill. The rest are low scored items, Paratrooper Sbd and an X45 sidearm. Those types are everywhere, so I wouldn't even bother. Alright y'all, well we're out of here, so let's head topside and over to the DZ. I really hope they start adding a few more 229s to the mix. It would be nice to see RNGesus drop us something OP like that AUG from forever ago. Okay, so let's head inside and take a look at what we have this week, and dude, it is AR madness in here. Like, assault rifles are everywhere this week, man. Okay, so let's get to the disappointment of this week first, and that is this beautiful military AK. 21% armor damage, 600 rounds per minute with 30 in the mag unmodded. Talents are deadly, capable, and self-preserved. While it's not insanely awesome, it definitely has more potential than the rest of these out here. Simply add fierce and you have yourself one beastly AR, especially when combined with a good pulse. But again, it's 182 and that's a disappointment. High damage for a 182, good armor shred, and a solid talent foundation. Figures. Okay, so moving on to the 204s, we have our first weapon, and that is another tactical Mark 16. 110,000 DZ dollars, and it's ranked locked at 80. 18% armor damage, 625 rounds per minute with 30 in the mag unmodded. Talents, again, not that great. We have skilled, provident, and adept. While skilled is pretty awesome, the rest, not so much. The one back at the boo was the better Mark 16 so far. Again, so far, let's just keep looking. Okay, next we have a military G36 for 110,000 DZ dollars, also rank locked at 80. 20% armor damage shred, 750 rounds per minute with 30 in the mag unmodded. Talents are garbage here, guys. Intense, swift, and focus. Okay, maybe not garbage, but there isn't much to work with. G36 already have good reload speed. Focused is good, but this game is all about skills. And intense, just know, this is a pass. Finally, let's see if the 229 can be our saving grace this week, and we have ourselves another tactical MK16 for 273,000 DZ buckos. This one is rank locked at 90. Mediocre armor shred at 19%, but good damage roll with 625 rounds per minute and 30 in the mag. Talents are dominant, brutal, and self-preserved. This, my friends, is not a bad gun at all. A bit expensive, and it does have its flaws, like lower armor damage, lower rate of fire, and only one good talent, but there is something to work with here. The right mods and addition of another good talent could open this up to become a pretty good weapon. What makes this weapon worth it is the damage roll it has. It's at the upper end of the range which it can drop, so it helps this thing out immensely. There are a few different ways you can dress this baby up to make it good, but honestly, I really don't think it's worth almost 300,000 DZ dollars. It's a good rifle, don't get me wrong, but not 300k good. In the end, it's always going to be your call. And to wrap things up, we have some wimpy blueprints. Nothing to write home about. the astonishing Valkyria, and a few sidearms, only one of which is any good, but it's a 204, and by now I'm sure we all have some variant of a 229 on us. So again, I wouldn't buy it. Well, that wraps us up, y'all. A week stacked with ARs, a few of which weren't too bad, in a sense that they had good bones to work with. Nothing stood out as a must-have, but the two MK16s and that P416 blueprint seemed to me like the buys of the week. Alright, agents, that's it for me. As always, thank you guys so much for watching and for supporting the smaller YouTuber. If you want to stay up to date on everything Division, Destiny, or new vids from my channel, follow me on Twitter at SlyNation. It's the best way to get fresh news as soon as it's available. Can't wait to see what Tuesday holds for us, and let's hope it's nothing but good things. Keep an eye out for more Division videos coming out within the next few days, but until then, this is your boy Sly. Done, gone, out.
Okay, Agent, I'm impressed.